So this is what is actually happening. So let's
Just give us
continue
some
listening to this.
context here, because Guinea-Bissau, one of the poorest countries in the world, in Africa, what does this mean now for ordinary people in the country?
It is one of the poorest countries, but it is also what the United Nations, but also U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency call a narco state, one of the biggest narco state in Africa. Why? Well, because it's on the western point of the African coast, and Latin American drug dealers use Guinea-Bissau to funnel cocaine that then is led and sold on the markets in Europe. And so in this communique, it really points to the fact that the drug traffickers were involved in this election, and that's what they were trying to thwart.
Are you guys listening? For Sierra Leoneans these people that won in elections, the APC particularly so, right? They won in elections, and they said because of one man, because Dr. Zamar Kamara took a meeting with Marabio, and that is why they don't want the elections victory that they have. They're going to move on to 2028. Do you see what it's like to have, drug cartels in your country? In Sierra Leone, we have Boleos, Jos Lyticus, the biggest drug lord in Europe. We have him in Sierra Leone, dating Marabio's daughter. These guys are playing with millions and millions and millions of dollars. They can take over your country easily. And that is what has happened in Sierra Leone. These guys have taken over. If they have the president, who's left? Nobody's left. So Jos Lyticus has taken over Sierra Leone completely. The drug lords have taken over Sierra Leone completely. And this is what is happening in Guinea-Bissau. And the people of Guinea-Bissau know that Guinea-Bissau has been this hub also for the drug trafficking. And the people are concerned that in the elections that was held, the drug barons have actually bought the elections. They were involved in the elections because they want to make sure they protect who's protecting them. Because they know that if the current president, Sissoko, loses the election, then definitely they are no longer safe in that country. Except if the incumbents are going to be the same people that would come and encourage drugs in their nation, because these drug dealers have monies to play with. All they have to do is just take $5-10 million cash and give it to some of these politicians. They might even encourage them again, but they don't want to play that game, right? So they want to get involved in our democracy. They want to get involved in your politics in the country. That's how bad it is for us to encourage these drug dealers. And Sierra Leone has become today again another hub with Jos Lyticus, the biggest drug lord in Sierra Leone, and they're going to interfere with future elections in Sierra Leone. And therefore, the APC as a political party is toast. It's toast. I say it again, it's toast. We've seen what is actually happening. We saw what happened in Tanzania. Over 3,000 people lost their lives. We've seen the reporting done by BBC to showcase exactly the situation as it is, how people were killed. Timeline for timeline, doing investigations so that they can show. We know that these guys are despotic. They know they are going to face prosecution. And so they're going to do everything they could. They have the drug lords. Marabio's daughter is dating Boleos. They know what they are doing. So it's not going to be an uphill. It's going to be an uphill battle. It's not going to be easy to get these guys out of power. And that is why this current APC, they're talking about moving on to 2028. Instead of them grasping and holding on to their victory they have, the June 24th, 2023 elections. If one man, they've already decided to say, because that one man held a meeting with Marabio, that's the end of it. They are moving on. But this is what is actually happening. Let's listen to this.
Drug money has infested both the political arena, but also the military itself. A couple of years ago, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency put up a sting that involved the naval chief of the country, accused of trafficking tons of cocaine through the country. But of course, none of that wealth is going to ordinary people. Most people live in poverty. And so during this election process, we saw both the incumbent president and the challenger saying that they would distribute more wealth, that their circumstances.
But that is what is actually happening. That is how the drug people have taken over, the beautiful country of Guinea-Bissau at this point in time.